Hey, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. 3 more days until October 1st. So I'm just counting down the days. And today I decided to take an ugly page in a spiral mixed media notebook that was a kid's and put some. If anybody knows how to open those things, let me know because I cannot get those things open. They're chunky markers that you can fill with your own paint. I can't get them open. My husband can't with pliers. I don't know how to open them. Anyhow, so I have bingo markers. I have children's Crayola paint. I have mixed media Dana Rowney paint or just acrylic. And I am taking a page that is ugly. That was probably a wipe off page with primary colors and adding some more stuff to it. So the Crayola paint with the little dots of color on the top are very translucent. The bingo markers are translucent. These colors here are more opaque. So I'm just experimenting, complete and utter experiments, and taking something that was ugly, that was a waste of paper, not a waste of paper because it was a foundation layer. I didn't know it was going to be a foundation layer, but sometimes you go back and you're like, okay, I don't like this. And I think this was just a wipe off page, which that's what I'm doing here on another piece. And it's just a way of, I mean, this is just how you work. Sometimes you take something ugly or that you don't like, not necessarily ugly, but you don't like, and there's no rhyme nor reason to it, and you put more layers on it, and then you put more layers, and then you identify places, or then you add shadows, or you add a bright contrasting color. All of this I'm doing with a credit card pretty much because it's making each layer thinner and thinner and thinner, or thin. And that's because this is cheap mixed media. It's from a kid's tablet. It's allowing me to put more and more layers on here. So I just kind of identified some squares, some rectangles, some lines, and added Stabilo and don't like this. But then, you see these people on the internet that say, okay, then just keep working those places and keep adding color. And I did. And even though I don't like any of it, I said, okay, just keep working it. And using that credit card, because there are so many layers and it's kind of damp, it's dry sort of, but not really. I'm scratching and blending paper into paper. And then I took some deli paper and put that I had painted on and added those. And so there's more black on here. And black is like a contrasting color, I guess. And I just keep adding, places of color or places of contrast and bringing in different colors. And it ends up being more blue than anything when it started out, primary colors, kids' colors. And it was a lesson in what don't listen to your inner person. Listen to the paper. Listen to where it's telling you to add more color. Listen to, and this is me as a completely untrained, not artist at all, telling you what to do. I even put in like the sketching red and blue pencil, and I started to see, like little diamonds or little triangles. It was fun. It was fun. And it doesn't have to mean not every piece of paper has to mean something. I guess that's the ultimate takeaway here. It doesn't have to be anything. I can add more paper to this. I can cut it up. I can throw it away. There's lots of things I could do with it. But it's teaching me something. It's teaching me, for one thing, this paper could take a lot. And then I completely blocked out chunks of it. But because I used such a cheap white paint and I scraped it with the credit card, it adds some smudges here and there. So I kind of elaborated on those and put blue in those places, framed it in blue, and blocked out some more and put yellow in a lot more places. and just kind of bringing certain spaces forward, certain spaces back. It's a great, great time. And then I even brightened up the yellow with the bingo marker. Yeah. You saw where I made this. I actually made this yesterday because I was just sitting here waiting for things to dry. I'm like, you know what? But it took many different avenues and many different layers to get here. And in watching other people, real artists paint on the internet, it's like, you know, take some stuff back, identify some stuff, highlight other stuff. The fact that I love the tissue paper, the crowns were just a joke, but I really don't like them now. So I'm wondering if I can add white paint over this. But okay, before I do that, actually it won't matter, because in doing that, now these are my layman's, poor man's mat boards where you can take them and make them different sizes and just kind of view. I love that. And even if I took in some of the crown, I love that. So I think I'm going to cut these up, this up into little pieces. I like that. I mean, any of these in sections are all great. So I'm going to just do it in 6 pieces, 3. I don't think this will fit in my paper cutter, so I'm just going to wing it. But what a crazy, it's been a crazy morning. My husband's associate was here, and the dog is going crazy. I literally tried to do this 3 times already. He's sitting here growling. I'm like, okay, well, we can't have a video with a dog growling in the background. And I made a vet appointment, not a vet appointment, a grooming appointment with the groomer down at the beach because she is way booked in advance. And I said, first of all, is she still there? Yes. And they had my phone number and they're like, is this for Gunner? I'm like, yeah. She goes, oh, I've heard about Gunner. We haven't been to the beach groomer for 6 months. And whoever answered that phone in the grooming room said, oh, I've heard about Gunner. I'm like, oh my God. But see, pretty. Actually, it looks kind of like a comet coming in, but whatever. I love this one. I don't know what it is. What is it? I don't know. The contrast, I'm using all artist terms that I really don't know the meanings of, but I'm going to say them anyhow. The contrast, it won't have black and, maybe because there's a little white here, so maybe I need to add white somewhere. Or do I need to add anything to these things? I don't know. There's a lot of yellow on this one. I don't know. I don't hate any of them now as smaller pieces. As a big piece, it was like, woo, this is a lot. See, to me, this needs white now. But anyhow, this was a waste piece of paper that was in a tablet. I don't remember which one it was in. Oh, here. It's actually a kids mixed media tablet that I had stuff in here that was ugly. So I'm like, okay, can I take something and do something with it? Like, you know, that's ugly. This might be the next victim. I don't like it. I mean, I don't dislike it, but it's not anything that I could paint stuff on top of it. I still like this one. This is ugly. This is ugly. But I was just, it's other learning lessons. And now I don't need them or want them or whatever with them. And now I'm going to paint over them. I like this one. I like the contrast of the weird green, mossy green, and the bright fluorescent pink. And a little bit of lime green, a fluorescent green. See, this is ugly. But I was trying to learn stuff. I like this one. This has got a wash of acrylic. I think I had already tried this. Of taking something that was ugly and putting something into it again. I think this gray-green was here and this purple was here. And then I went on top of it, but I don't know what I went on top of it with. Kind of looks like watercolor. And then colored pencils, maybe. Let's just see if some of it will move. Yeah, it's moving a little bit. It must be parts of watercolor and then colored pencils on top. Now that's acrylic. That's not moving. But I'd already tried this, and then I don't know what I did with this. Oh, you know what I was trying to do? Maybe I did this at the beach, and that's kind of like the surf line. Anyhow, and these are sea oats. I think that's what I was doing. But regardless, I may not paint on top of this one. I don't know. This one I will. This one I will. I still love doing these things. And there's still a couple pieces of blank paper in here. Painted shut. But we can open them. But this is just a children's mixed media thing. Sometimes the children's products are cheaper. Anyhow, fun. Fun. Lessons on top of lessons. This was the beginning. And I still love this. I don't know what it is about this that I love. And again, I think this was sitting at the beach. And this is like water, sky, sand. Maybe a beach hut. I don't know if that's what I was trying to do. But I really like this. There's scratches in here. May have been from being in that book. This is the piece of paper sitting here next to me. I don't want to add it to this. I kind of like this. Even though it's weird. But it gives me kind of like a guideline for something else maybe. This is another one out of that book. More brown. I have learned that. I really love painting on deli paper and then putting it down. Because it acts as you can see through it. Even when you paint it, you can still see what's underneath it in the gaps. And you probably should put it down with matte medium, but depending on how much water you put on it, on the next level, the next layer. This is me just scraping off my paintbrush yesterday. Because I was waiting for some stuff to dry. So I started doing all this stuff and I'm like, this could be another video. Word to the wise, I don't plan my videos out. I know that comes as rocket science solutions to you. Yeah, I was trying to film the video earlier and this stupid dog was just sitting here growling at me. So then I took him in the other room and all he did was sit there and growl too. He just wanted to be with my husband who had a meeting. And I'm supposed to have him for the next, well, not yet, but for 13 days straight by myself. But really, in reality, he will calm down. Hold on. I'm going to put this way so that there's a little bit of black right there to break this white up. I think he'll calm down after a day or two and he'll realize, okay, I'm stuck with you, lady. I guess I better suck up to you a little bit. I mean, it's amazing how his little bratty mind works, but he's never had a dog to be such a brat, and he knows it, but he does it anyhow. It's like he won't be, I'm not going to be broken. It's like an Arabian horse. I'm not going to be broken. Or not maybe Arabian horse, but a wild horse. Okay, this is just the yellow part. And I'm going to put layer on top of layer here. And then the deli paper almost disappears. So all you get is the paint. But it does add a layer of texture a little bit. That's still ugly, right? Let's see what we can do with it tomorrow. Now, what am I going to do with these? I don't know. I don't know. But I do know I can throw a little bit of stuff away here. Although this one is pretty good. It's got blue in it. Put my fancy mat boards away. The dog's vet appointment is in my phone. Not vet, groomer. Ignore my mumbling. Sometimes I just don't stop talking. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.